Hey, what is up, you sexy beasts? My name is Shadowfax and or Louise, whichever you want to call me, and today, guys, I got a quick little story for you. This is about the time that I accidentally knocked out a sixth former. Now, let me explain what a sixth former is. Basically, in England, you have, like, when you're in school, I don't know if this applies anymore, because this was 11 years ago that I was at school, so I don't think pupils can leave at 16 years old, but you get to year 11, you're 16 years old, and after that year, you can either leave and go to college or go into full-time employment, whatever you want to do, or you can stay on for an extra year or two and do O-levels and A-levels. That would make you 17 and 18 years old, and they're called sixth formers. And you can even do that at college. You can do sixth form at college. But at my school, we had sixth formers. Now, I was in year 11, I was 16 years old, so there were some 17 and 18-year-olds in my school. They were doing the O-levels and A-levels, and then they would, I assume, if they wanted to, afterwards go on to university. And when I was at school, I was a right little shit, I'm not going to lie. I absolutely loved school until I got to upper school, and then I became a right little shit. I got on with the wrong crowd a little bit, but also, there was a teacher there that I'm sure she had mental issues. She really had it in for me and my best friend for some reason. And we smoked when we were at school, which I regret, because I still smoke now, and it's really fucking up my chest, but I'm trying to give up. But we'd been caught a few times, and we'd grown a little bit wise to it, and we weren't being caught again. But this teacher would actually make out that we had been caught, so that she could give us detention, and that she could ring my mum, because she knew that my mum would go absolutely... I used to be a little shit, but I was terrified of my mum finding out, because I respected my mum. My mum was strict. I'm 27 years old, and I'm still scared of my mum, you know? This teacher knew this, and she would ring my mum up and say to her, Louise has been caught smoking, Louise has been caught outside of school grounds, Louise is this, Louise is that. And my mum used to go absolutely mental at me. Now, the point was, I wasn't being caught. I was quite good at what I did. When I was being a little shit, I was quite good at it. Most of the time, I didn't get caught. This teacher was making out that I'd been caught when I hadn't been. So it was really annoying, and my mum was going ballistic at me. But then my mum started to grow a little bit wise to it, because one day the teacher rung her up, this particular teacher, and said, Louise has been caught smoking today. And my mum said, well, how could she have been? She hasn't been at school. That day, I'd actually been sick. I hadn't been in school at all, and this teacher rung my mum and said she caught me smoking. So that was when my mum started to realise this teacher was just making shit up. Now, I don't mind when I've been a little shit and I've been caught for it, taking the consequences. But when I haven't even done anything, I haven't even been there, that pisses me off quite a lot. So this teacher, I fucking hated her, because I remember she even one time, she said that I'd been caught smoking, and I had to get another teacher to back me up that I couldn't possibly have been caught smoking because I was in detention at the time. It was absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, one day, this teacher, she kept doing this, and she comes to me one day, she pulls me and my best friend in the office, and she says, you've been caught smoking. And at this point, I didn't actually have an alibi. I had been outside. I don't think I'd actually been smoking that day, but I was like, no, I haven't. She was like, yes, you have. And it was going backwards and forwards. No, I haven't. Yes, you have. No, I haven't. Yes, you have. And I didn't actually have an alibi that day, because I had been out on this, you know, out on break or recess, as you call it in America, or whatever. And I didn't have an alibi. So I was getting really mad with her. And I said, I have not been smoking. I haven't even got any cigarettes on me today. And she went, if that's the case, let me smell your fingers. Like, what the fuck? I was just like, as soon as she said that, I just gawped at her. I was just like, what is wrong with you? You want to smell my fingers? Honestly, she had something wrong with her, or she was just a pervert. I don't even know. She wanted to smell my fucking fingers to see if they smelled like cigarettes. It was ridiculous. At this point, I was just like, no, I'm gone. I'm not even entertaining this conversation. And I stormed off out of her office, and I'm storming off, and she's going, come back here, and I'm shouting back to her, no, because you are fucking pathetic. Get a life. Seriously, I'm screaming back at her. And you know, in school buildings like schools, and like I've got them where I work in the care home, you have these big heavy doors which act as fire doors, in sort of situated every so many feet down corridors. I'm wandering down this corridor, and I get to the first set of these doors. They're very heavy, and I smash it open, and I hear crack on the other side, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And I peek around the door, and there's this sixth former guy laying on the floor, out cold. And I was like, oh my god. It was, honestly, he was only out for a few seconds, but it was like, oh my god, what have I done? I didn't even mean to do that. That's awful. So, and this teacher had been following me, so she'd just seen it all, and I was like, right, I'm in fucking deep shit now. I really am. Like, regardless of what I've just been shouting at her, I am in deep shit. So, it was like, oh no. But luckily, like, the sixth former came round, he was fine, they called an ambulance, they checked him over, they were like, no, he's fine, he doesn't even need to go to hospital. And he realised that it was an accident, and he turned around and said it was an accident. And lucky for me, he turned around and said it was an accident. He said, there was no way I could possibly have known he was on the other side of the door. I obviously just threw the door open in anger, and he happened to be there. But if he hadn't come forward and said that I hadn't meant to do it, it was an accident, I would have been expelled. And then my mum really would have gone fucking ballistic. But luckily, he came forward and he said that, so I only got suspended. I ended up getting suspended quite a few times from school for different reasons. One of which was walking away from a teacher. So, and that kind of classified in this time as well. So I got suspended for walking away from a teacher and for accidentally knocking out a sixth former. But this teacher was really pushing to get me expelled, but she couldn't because this sixth former actually came forward and was like, you know what, it was an accident, she didn't mean to do it. So, yeah, guys, that's that story. Not the most exciting story in the world, but I thought I'd share it with you. It was kind of like, at the time, it was like, oh my fucking god, I've just knocked this guy out. Oh my god, I'm in so much trouble. And then afterwards, it was like, this is quite funny. So, yeah, guys, luckily he was absolutely fine. But, yeah, that's my story. So, do you guys have any stories similar from school? I do know that my dad once knocked out a teacher, but that was probably on purpose because my dad apparently got really mad and picked up a table and threw it at the teacher and knocked the teacher out. But yeah, guys, if you have any similar stories, let me know in the comments below, and let's see how these sort of story time videos are going, because I want to do more than just sort of normal average commentaries. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!